took it and got out of here, back on the streets defending us. And also, you can be a member of what's called the Wolf Pack. That's this little bracelet says right there, WOOF, Wolf Pack, to help raise money for the K9 unit as well. Well, all week we've been telling you about our Louisiana Adventure Facebook sweepstakes. 2 vacation packages are up for grabs. But for those of you who have never been to Jefferson Parish, we sent Great Day's Courtney Perna to test out the fun.
Along the Mississippi River, life is not only beautiful, but adventurous. Just outside New Orleans, hidden in the swamps or small towns of Jefferson Parish, families can learn, explore, or just kick back and enjoy some good eats. If you love seafood, why not follow the Jefferson Parish Oyster Trail, celebrating restaurants with star oyster dishes marked by shellfish sculptures out front, hand-painted by a local artist. Our first stop, Acme Oyster House, which attributes treating guests like family and fresh, consistent food as its recipe for success since 1910.
We have a lot of guests that fly in, and that's the first thing they do is come to Acme Oyster House when they get off the plane.
Like Joe Sorrentino, a Texan who's been hitting the half shell here since 1991.
They're heavenly.
After the shuckers give us a show, opening thousands of shells in a weekend, it's time to try my first raw oyster. That's good.
They're coming in fresher, nice and dark in texture and things. They have really good flavor.
And these shells don't mess around. Woo!
Okay.
Did you see that? It tried to attack me. You can also get them charbroiled, an Acme bestseller with garlic butter and Romano cheese.
Oh, yeah. That's the way you have to eat it.
In the town of Lafitte, glide across the bayou on a high-speed airboat with frequent stops to greet the locals. Inside, get up close and personal with 2 extremely rare albino alligators. Check out my friend Flower. You are beautiful, buddy. If you're looking to explore the mysterious local wetlands at a slower pace, start at the Jean Lafitte Museum. Inside, learn about Barretarian swamp dwellers who settled in the area and the famous pirate and hometown hero Jean Lafitte. Then take a walking tour through the dense swamp where bald cypress trees draped in eerie moss are helping to stabilize and preserve the ecosystem.
Now it appears to look like we're on a sort of like a carpeted area and a solid type of ground, but in fact it's about 12 to 15 feet of water right here.
Look closely. You could see snakes, not to mention personal stories from Captain Lou, who grew up in the area.
It would create a red line
What?
through you and it would burn like fire. And then if you were a real man, you would eat it.
Ew!
No.
Tastes like chicken.
Headed to our 40-foot pontoon boat, it wasn't long before we saw our first gator.
Oh, here comes one of the gators.
And we were a little jumpy at first.
Hey, buddy. Woo!
During our educational bayou cruise, Captain Lou called out to his many friends,
Come on, alligator. Yeah.
sharing his knowledge about the scaly creatures.
After about 4 years, they grow a foot a year until 6 feet. Then there's another learning period.
But Captain Lou had a surprise.
Oh, the original colors of the American alligator is typically black.
Look at his scrawny little neck.
Mommy, I want to pet alligator.
Sorry, little lady. I think that's a no. But we can try more oyster entrees along the Jefferson Parish Oyster Trail. How about dinner at O'Henry's Food and Spirits?
This is our chicken and shrimp Monica. It's a better penne pasta with chicken breast fried in Japanese breadcrumbs and it's topped with grilled shrimp.
Nice.
And our special Monica sauce, which is basically a Cajun cream sauce.
Locally owned for 20 years, the eatery also serves handmade burgers, steaks, ribs, and don't worry about bringing your fancy shoes. This place is laid back and kid-friendly.
You know, you got all the peanuts you can eat while you're waiting for your order, and you're encouraged to throw them on the floor. You know.
I like it.
And just outside the parish, visit St. Joseph Plantation, 2,500 acres of southern history that still produces sugarcane, one of Louisiana's biggest cash crops. A short walk from the fields is the Manor House, with memories of when the best of times, lavish parties, extravagant lifestyles, became the worst of times.
We have to remember that their wealth was in Confederate money, which after the Civil War was absolutely worthless.
That's when Jackie's family bought the plantation and have owned it for the last 136 years.
A lot of our guides are family members. What we're doing, aside from the basic history of the house, we're sharing our memories. And that, I think, is what really sets us apart.
But if your idea of adventure includes adrenaline, head to NOLA Motorsports Park and ask for a hot lap.
A hot lap is where we strap you into the passenger seat of one of our FR 500S Mustang race cars, take you out for 2 laps at speed on the track so you get an opportunity to feel what it's like to be in a real race car on a real racetrack.
I feel very safe. Actually, I'm terrified.
You can expect speeds down a front straightaway between 120 and 125 miles an hour. A lot of lateral G's. You'll be flying back and forth. It'll probably be the biggest and best thrill ride that you've ever had.
That was pretty fantastic.
About 15 minutes from the French Quarter, NOLA Motorsports is 1,700 acres of high-octane entertainment. Learn to drive a race car or just watch the pros burn rubber from the entertainment complex. But if the track is a call-in, hop in a go-kart. These aren't your typical little buggies. The senior cars can get up to 50 miles per hour. For a little more quirk and quiet, visit the charming city of Gretna, less than 10 minutes from New Orleans.
It's where small-town America still exists.
Celebrating its centennial this year, Gretna boasts unique architecture and a rich history, like at the David Crockett Fire Station.
And it is the longest continuous operating volunteer fire company in the country.
Then take the family over to a neighborhood favorite, KHOU's restaurant.
And for our live music on the weekends, people bring their kids in, they go outside, have a little fun in the parking lot playing, you know, they bring balls and things like that, chalk.
Great atmosphere and great food, like this award-winning sloppy roast beef po' boy. Or the Fried Oyster Club with Creole mustard, another favorite along the Jefferson Parish oyster trail.
The oysters are improving in the area since the oil spill. You know, things are getting better with the oysters and our seafood.
That's really good stuff. That Creole mustard just gives a little kick.
Once you get outside the raucous French Quarter, there's a whole nother world in Jefferson Parish, where families meet New Orleans.
Say, see you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. Bye.